Before the video starts, I just want to say I am so sorry for getting this video out late after Bowser vs Eggman was announced, since the first part of this, or at least the earlier part, was recorded after it was announced. I'll try not to procrastinate next time and actually get things done. So hopefully we can expect that in the next video. Alright, without further ado, that's all I have to say. Well, it's time for war. In case it wasn't obvious enough, Death Battle just announced Bowser vs Eggman after Joker vs Jorno. And all I've gotta say, I am so excited for this matchup. Even though I didn't really care for it at first, the debate of this matchup really got me hooked. Speaking of debate, my god, is it super debatable. Like, these two have so many abilities and MacGuffins that it's literally impossible to find a clear-cut winner. But before I talk about the debate itself, I'm going to talk about what we can expect from the episode and what we've seen so far. So, from what we have so far, it looks like it's going to be an armor battle between their minions and also Bowser and Eggman fighting themselves. This includes people like Sage, Mecha Sonic, Kamek, and Bowser Jr., who are already shown in the Death Battle Shorts previews. We also know that DJ Says Bowser vs Eggman is apparently going to be one of their longest episodes, as well as releasing Bowser vs Eggman contains things they've never done before. It's also been confirmed by Brandon that this track will have 3 vocalists. So now that we know what's going on with the episode, let's get to predicting, shall we? So, first, we should start with what respective minions Bowser and Eggman have, and what role they're going to be playing in the battle. And if it wasn't obvious enough from the music playing in the background, we're going to start with Bowser. So, as I said before, Bowser has Kamek and Bowser Jr., as well as King Boo, who all have their respective roles in aiding Bowser and his army. And let me just tell you, those 3 alone are super helpful and are going to help Bowser out a lot during this battle. To start off with Kamek, he can do things like swap items around and take items, as well as swap positions of people and turn/shield people into bugs. So what he might be able to do is he can theoretically take the Chaos Emeralds and the Phantom Ruby from Eggman, as well as probably selling and turn people into books. Is what I would say if only Eggman's army wasn't massively faster than them. Now, I'm not saying Kamek can't seal anyone into a book or take items away. I just think he's going to have a really hard time doing it. Moving on to Bowser Jr., he can do things like recreate things, make paint from the paintbrush he has, which harms anyone who touches it, and make minions with said paintbrush. There's also Wonder Jr., who can change size and alter perception, as well as duplicate himself. Then there's King Boo, who can create paintings that seal people, and he can also change form into whoever he wants, and, just like Junior, can create identical duplicates of himself. Now, how these guys will help is Kamek, again, could swap the items around and possibly turn people into flip-flops, and Junior could definitely do some damage with his paintbrush. And King Boo, with his paintings, is a massive threat, although it's worth noting that the paintings do take time to create, and he can't just instantly make a painting as big as the army itself, since that would take a big amount of time, and the largest one he created was only the size of a large building. Now it's time for Eggman. To start off, Eggman has his higher tier minions like Mecha Sonic, Sage, who I mentioned before, and also Infinite. Starting with Mecha Sonic, audio copying is just insane. Like, he can copy Silver's ESP, Espio's invisibility, Shadow's chaos control, and other things as well. Not to mention, he can also copy stats. Then there's Metal Overlord, who, at the time, needed a super form and 2 other characters to take him down. But not so much anymore, since Base Shadow basically fodderized him. However, Metal still has Master Overlord, which can be considered his strongest form. Moving on to Sage, she can manage all of Eggman's army through the Eggnet, and being an AI, she's intangible and can teleport around Starfall Island. And not to mention, she can run 1,750 simulations, which we know are accurate, as she was able to figure out that the only way of defeating the end was with Sonic's help. It's also worth knowing that she has complete control over Supreme, which is not only the strongest one of the Titans, and is also comparable to Super Sonic, only slightly below him. Then there's Infinite, who can use the Phantom Ruby to create clones of previous minions, and these clones are, well, inconsistent with how strong they are, with statements of being just as strong as the originals, but also being messed by regular citizens with weapon response. This probably could be bad writing, but whatever. He also can send people to null space, which is an infinite void where Tails was unable to contact Sonic, despite previously communicating with him during the fight with the Time Eater in a different dimension. Overall, when it comes to the armies, I would say Bowser has the better low tier minions, but I'd say Eggman has somewhat better higher tiers, since Biodata copying is insane. Supreme is just amazing, and Infinite, while not being as strong as Sage, but Supreme or Metal Sonic, he can still do a lot, and is very dangerous here. And while Kamek and Bowser Jr. and King Boo all are massive threats, I just think Metal Sonic, Sage, and Infinite could do slightly better. But now, it's time to get to the big bosses themselves, and time for the real meat of this debate. Starting with Bowser, the Dreamstone can materialize wishes, and the Wonder Flower has some pretty insane reality warping, both items which he both has. He also has a Star Rod, which grants him invulnerability and can turn things into bricks. Plus, he literally sucks items from both Mario and Luigi's pockets at one point. And much like the Phantom Ruby, all machines can create clones, and the Pure Hearts are, well, pretty busted. However, Eggman is alone since he has his own MacGuffins, such as the Egg Vision and Egg Salamander, which both kept up with Super Sonic and Brain Blaze. And then there's just the Time Eater. Just the Time Eater. I don't really have to explain. Then there's Lightman Eggman, who is basically Eggman's own super form, and was comparable to Super Sonic, and moving at similar speeds with them. And other than that, he has the powers of the Phantom Ruby, and was able to alter reality and tune all the buildings around him into copies of Perfect Chaos, and create a bunch of other alternate worlds where he won. While the Pure Hearts could technically be a counter to Lightman, since it was defeated by the power of friendship by Super Sonic, it offers no protection of having Bowser's memories just being wiped by Lightman, and even with the Pure Hearts, its power doesn't even exceed that of the Chaos Emeralds, in which its power can match it and give it many more abilities. While you can argue that it can be a counter to the Time Eater, it's also worth noting that the Pure Hearts couldn't turn off the Chaos Heart when someone was wielding it, and they can only remove their invincibility. The Chaos Heart's other effects, such as destroying the other worlds, but is still active, and Count Black even mentions the Pure Hearts can only dispel the Chaos Heart after its wielder was defeated, and this is how Dementia kept it running too. He left behind a shadow of his power so it remained active. This indicates that, at most, it'll just remove Eggman's invincibility in Lightman form. Even with Dreamy Bowser, while it can be a good win con for Bowser, and it would be certainly helpful, the wishes, which is his main gimmick, take some time to even charge and use, and they were shown to be intercepted before, so Eggman and his minions could just intercept it. But now, it's time for the thing you've all been waiting for me to say. Who do I think is going to win? Well, I'd say that the winner is Dr. Eggman. Now, trust me when I say this, I did not want to glaze Eggman or downplay Bowser. In fact, I was banning Bowser before making this video, but as always, my bets for this matchup always change. Like, oh, I think Bowser's gonna win. Oh, I think Eggman's gonna win. It's just the whole cycle. So my bet always changes. But if I had to give one definitive answer, I'd have to give it to Eggman. Although, if it were to come down to who has the better hacks and who hacks out-hacks us who, then yeah, I think Bowser's gonna win. He definitely is winning in that case. But even then, even though he counters most of Eggman's stuff, the same could be said for Eggman. Plus, Lightman and Time Eater just do wonders, and it's also worth noting that the Pure Hearts are pretty overhyped in my opinion, because yeah, they can be useful, but again, at most, they're probably going to only get rid of Lightman's invincibility, although you can make an argument for it negating the Time Eater. And while I would bring up Fury Bowser, I think Eggman can do mostly the same, that being corruption with the metal virus, sealing with cyberspace, and other things as well. So, overall, while you can make an argument for either winning, and it's super close and debatable, I'd have to give it to the man with the master plan himself, Eggman. Thank you for watching this 11 to 12 minute video that took a while to make because of my lazy ass want to procrastinate. If you want to, you can debunk some of the claims I made, as well as address your own opinions on why Bowser or Eggman could win, as well as what you want to see in the fight. But for now, that's it for me, and I'll hopefully see you next time earlier. Bye.